Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Jasmy, Bonk and Wif price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. We're gonna start with Jasmy on the 4-hour chart here, where we are looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 1 or wave A, followed by an ABC wave 2 hitting perfectly the targets for a wave 2, and continuation toward the upside impulsively, where we see a 1, 2 and several 1, 2s here as a double 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 and a 5, to finally finish, of course, as this yellow scenario as a 1, 2, 3. And currently we're looking for this wave 4, which is the invalidation, of course, price. This is the old invalidation. The new invalidation is given, of course, for this wave 1 here. So if the price moves down and hits this invalidation point for a wave 4 in the yellow, that means, of course, this impulse is invalidated. We have to be careful, of course, from an ABC formation here and then continuation toward the downside. However, currently this move, of course, it looks a little bit impulsive, but internally it can be also considered as a zigzag somehow, where you might have here an A, B, and a C, or even kind of like a W, X, and a Y. And that means, of course, it still can be kind of like a triangle or a corrective wave for an ABC or a flat here. So it is not very clear that this is an impulse, despite that it looks like so. You have here a 1, 2, 1, 2, wave 3, 4, 5, 4, and a 5, but you still have a correction and one more leg, which it is outside of this starting of this impulse there. So therefore, I'm still considering this as an ABC or W, X, and a Y or ABC zigzag. Meaning you might be here, of course, in a triangle. In case this is a zigzag, can be, of course, ranging very sideways, and depending on the time taken from this wave 2, you need still, of course, to cover the time here for this correction for Jasmy. It's gonna take a while, of course, between A, B, C, D, E. Potentially, this is what I'm estimating from this massive move as a zigzag, because once you break is also a fib level for a wave 4 very fast, it might turn to be, of course, a triangle. After this, you would like to see a wave 5 moving toward the upside, and simply continuation for a bullish scenario here to cover, of course, the wave 3, which I lost it right now. This is a wave 3, of course, finishing here, wave 4, wave 5. Now your wave C, of course, in case you are in a big A, B, and a C here, has to hit the 1-to-1 fib level. This 1-to-1 fib level, of course, taken from this wave A here, where you see, of course, the 1-to-1 fib level given there, where, yeah, you might finish here a wave C. The wave 3 should be definitely higher, 1.27 minimum requirement, and then 4 and a 5 for even much more higher prices. This wave 5 is supposed, of course, to move to the 1-to-1 fib level, therefore, and as a confluence, in case that we want to have already this target for a wave 5 taken from the 1 to the wave 3, you can see the confluence, of course, with this price and the 1-to-1 fib level. So I would say it is a perfect target here as a precision 0.032 for Jasmy. Yep, so this was it for Jasmy. Let's move for the next one, which is Bonk. So Bonk on the 2 hours chart here, we have, of course, an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again, starting a probable bull run toward the upside after a wave 1 or wave A. You seek after a correction. This is exactly what we got, hitting perfect targets for a wave 2, therefore much more likely to be in a wave 2, and depend, of course, depending on this move towards the upside, which is very aggressive. It looks like a very high impulse wave 3, which is obviously not finished yet, and you are very, very corrective in this area, still looking, of course, for a wave 5 toward the upside. Knowing the target 0.23 minimum target has been hit, taken, of course, with the time respectively, of course, as well. And I'm seeking to move toward the upside, probably very soon for Bonk. If we move a little bit in the micros here, we can see an ABC, potential 1, 2, 1, 2, wave 3, 4, 5, 4, and a 5. So there is some, of course, signals that we might continue toward the upside very soon. As you can see as well, the key level 1-to-1 fib level, which is, of course, a potential big A, B, and a C, has been taken, overshooted a little bit. But what is a good signal here is that we are very corrective, and we're still looking for higher. And after that, I can, of course, give higher potential, even much more for a wave 3 than 4 and a 5 continuation for higher prices. The next target might be around the 1.618 for this number. And the next one that we have on the list for this video is WIF. So we start with WIF on the 2 hours chart as well. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 potential finished wave 1 or wave A. The correction for wave 2 or wave B perfectly given between the 0.38, 0.5. Now you continue, of course, to move gradually toward the upside. However, the movement here is very choppy, very hesitating. And of course, it shows some, I would say, untrust a little bit with this move. But basically, we can count this as kind of a triple 1, 2 here. You have a 1, 2, 3, 4, not invalidated, meaning this is a successful impulse here, can be a wave 3. Therefore, it has give us again a wave 4 without invalidation and giving us again wave 5. However, this impulse is still, of course, looking perfect as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 finishing wave 4, meaning starting from this white scenario is done as an impulse perfectly. However, I still see it a little bit shy impulse, despite that the rules are perfectly respected and also that we don't have invalidation and so on. I still see it a little bit shy impulse, but it can be, of course, the start of something for higher later on, which it might be extended for a wave 5, for example, in the blue scenario. We might see after this wave 4, which is very deep, we might see a very extended wave 5 toward the upside to finish a wave 3 and then therefore continuation for this bull run as a wave 5. Now, basically, if you are in a triangle for this magenta scenario, of course, you are looking therefore for the following target. As a 1-to-1 fib level, you are seeking after a potential zigzag here for the 1-to-1 fib level, which is a key level, of course, to be tested later on. And that means preferably anyway, in any case, that as this ends up, of course, around the $3.13 and to be tested and taken from there. For this wave 4 and a 5, of course, to finish wave 3 or wave C, then continuation wave 4 and a 5. And as you can see, this bigger target here is your bull run target, which is at least for WIF, I'm looking here as an A, B, and a C. Of course, as you can see, the wave 5 can still reach the 1-to-1 fib level, 5.08 or 5.29 for WIF. Yep, so these are the targets, the potential scenarios, and where are we? And of course, we are still potentially very bullish for most of the altcoins and the following coins: Jasmy, Bonk, and Wif. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.